Welcome back. This is Eternal Warcry with a Sligh guy. Kaboom! Boom. Alright. Okay, so we take a break from Throne, and now we're going to be doing a little story time video. So this is our solo battle gauntlet story time video. Oh, and by the way, just an update on the Sligh deck. Check it out, everyone. Check it out. Okay, so right now, there it is. We are now at Diamond 3 in Rona. Diamond 3, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go back and relax with a quick story time video for Gauntlet. And of course, no one tells a better story than Endra Vashavka's song. Okay, hope you guys are staying at home. It is now, what day is it of quarantine? I think it's day 15, 16? I lost count. Well, anyway, this story goes way back in 1998. It was a Magic the Gathering tournament, and it really was an eye-opener, especially for me and for everyone else who attended that tournament, because it taught us all a lesson about how to effectively play. Now, what happened was two players playing Magic the Gathering. One of them had a blue-red sparkler deck with lightning bolts and incinerates. So those are just like torches and chars from Eternal. The other guy was playing a straight up black or shadow deck. Unlike Eternal, there used to be a card in Magic the Gathering, or there is a card in Magic the Gathering, it's still there, called Necropotence. What this does is it's an enchantment, which is the equivalent of a relic in Eternal. What it does is it allows you to pay 1 life to draw 1 card. So at first people didn't like it because it cost you life, but when they realized how much card advantage it gave you, then a lot of people decided to use it and snap it up. Now, with that current game, one of the black player, or the shadow player, had the Necropotence out, and the blue-red player had his defenses set. He had Propaganda, which requires an opponent to pay 2 power, in this case 2 mana, if it was magic, to attack with a creature. And then he played Armageddon, something which destroys all lands, or in the case of Eternal, it decimates all your power. So the game went on as normal. So the game just went on as normal. Now, what happened in that game was the opponent was down to 5 life, and the shadow player had about 10 life. Now, when he had Necropotence, so he wasn't drawing, and his opponent played 1 land. He hasn't actually played any power yet, or didn't play any land yet after that Armageddon. Now, we were all watching, and we were all wondering, what the... Okay, how many life should you set? Because the shadow player couldn't draw any cards. Now, question was, how many life would you have to pay to Necropotence for it to for you to win the game? So that indeed was a question. And remember, the opponent had burn spells, so he could pretty much burn your life away if you made a mistake. Now, what was surprising is the shadow player sets aside 9 cards. So he pays 9 life to draw 9 cards, bringing his life total down to 1, to everyone's surprise. Because there could have been a lot of other scenarios where he could have set aside 5 life to draw 5 cards. He could have set aside 4 life to draw 4 cards. But in this case, he needed to draw a land in order to attack because of the propaganda in play, which requires the opponent to pay 2 mana to attack with a creature. So everyone was just surprised because it was a very big risk. Now, what's even more surprising is that the risk paid off. His 7th card was his first land, and then the 9th one was the second one, so he was actually able to recover rather quickly. And by recovering extremely quickly, let me just give that there. So by recovering quickly and being able to control the game, he actually won the match. The blue-red player didn't actually have any... you call that? He wasn't able to draw any land. So it was that sheer card advantage. Now, is this video about card advantage? No. Is this video about... that was a guy? So is this video about luck? No. It's actually about different types of play styles. So there are basically 2 types of players in the story here. The first player was the blue-red player. He's a guy who plays not to lose. So he plays defensively. He plays carefully. He plays tactfully. So instead of taking a risk, what the guy does is he decides to play not to lose. On the other hand, the shadow player is an example of a player who plays to win. So he didn't even think of the ramifications of attacking. He took the risk, and the risk paid off big time. So it's something which other players can learn from. And speaking about playing not to win, playing to win, here I'm gonna use Demand Death right now on Endra. And there, see? So I risk losing the next turn, but eventually it pays off and I end up winning. So that's that. Different play styles, folks. It's just different play styles. Now another one is Mulligan. Oh yes, I love this. Redrawing. If you'll notice in my Sligh, in some of my Sligh deck videos, the Sligh guy videos, refer on, I would accept draws which just have 1 fire sigil. So just 1 fire sigil, and I'd accept it. So why would I do that? I mean, why is that? Because the strength of the Sligh deck that I have is it runs on 1 cost spells. 1 to 2 cost spells. Now, it's this advantage which allows me to even survive with just 1 land draw or 1 sigil draw. So I don't use Seek Power, I don't use other cards which allow me to draw sigils. No, it's just how it is. In the Furnace on the first turn cost nothing. A Pyre Elemental on the third turn with a burn spell is a burn spell and a 4/3 unit with charge. So we have a lot of current combinations available, and by knowing how the deck works, you can take calculated risk. So remember, they're not just risks, they're also called calculated risks. How do you apply this to other points of your life? In career, I mean, you can when you make that big sale, all right, you always check with your manager to see how you can close that sale, and then find a new way in selling, right? Which we can learn from calculated risk. Another one is trying to find. Oh, there's the Crest of Chaos. Man, I love these Scrylands, or Scoutlands, as they call them. Alright, so in real life, you can also apply it to, let's just say, the stock market, opening a new business, like getting that new job, or giving up the current job you have to get a higher paying job. I mean, fortune does favor the bold. Definitely it does. And, oh, I needed that. So as you can see, I'm taking risks, taking those heavy hits from those opposing creatures. See, having him commit to the board. That's definitely... Oh, see, he's even playing even more creatures. Oh, amazing. But to his surprise, he didn't know that I was going to wipe the board clean. Except for this guy, which is a 3/3. So, when you play, always remember, okay, calculated risk. Don't play not to lose. Always play to win. Because that's what separates that's basically what separates the champions from just regular guys, regular Joes. And right now, I think I'm going to lose this game. Should have paid more attention to the game. Sorry, guys. Okay, he attacks with a dinosaur, a wind person, and I am now currently dead. And I think I'm gonna have my first day of a loss. Here we go. I get this really cheap tiny chest, and my first day of a loss is 20 cents. That's all I got. Well, we still got one win, and I have a bunch of packs available. Let's go ahead and open a new pack. Let's see what we can do here. Dark Frontier. See what Dark Frontier has. So, once upon a time, there was this centaur who really had a bad allergy. And there you see the allergy came from a muck crawler who lived in her basement. So what she did is she locked herself in her vault, and then she asked the guy to put disinfectant on her floor. The disinfectant eventually turns the muck into gold and jewels, but she gets upset and she burns them all. And then this causes the exterminator to go berserk, grow extra arms, and attack her. And then all of a sudden, she becomes the goddess queen of light with her staff. And the guy loses his arms and loses his hair as well. And then what happens is they go to a lawyer to settle everything. And then there she goes. She gets a bit older because the case lasts 100 years. And finally, the Muckcrawler becomes the Iron Giant from Ready Player One. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, this is the Sly Guy. You guys stay home. Take care.